What? Or mine? Mine?
Yeah.
Exactly what they're like.
I thought you weren't joining us, Ray. I thought you had to go save the power plant.
I have to work tomorrow morning, so I'm only going to be here for a couple of minutes, and then that can be good. I'm just saying hello, and then I'm actually going to get ready for bed right now because I've been up since about 4:30, and I get to get up at 4:30 again tomorrow. Did you like that GIF, by the way? That's an actual nuclear reaction. Like
that's awesome.
Yeah. I don't get to see that, but because if I watched it, I'd be dead. Mm-hmm. But that's what it looks like in the pool a little bit. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that's what the fuel looks like when they first get it out of the reactor and they put it into the pool. You can look down, you can see it, and that's the bluish glow that glows. It's pretty sweet.
It's crazy.
And that's the radiation interacting with the electrons in the water. That's what that glow is. It's insane.
That's crazy. It's funny. I've gone back. I've started rereading the Dark Tower series, and I'm literally in the middle of the Wasteland with. Have you read any of the Dark Tower?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, they're in a part where they're trying to get out of the city, and the city's kind of like melting down or whatever. And so you sending that, I was like, oh, that's kind of like what I've been reading right now.
That's about right. All right, well, I got to go get ready for bed. Chris is here. She's
all right, dude.
Ready to go. So you guys have fun. She does have my list, as I discussed.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's about it. I didn't follow all of the rules because I couldn't.
Okay.
Because I can't eat burgers. So
yes, I know.
Chicken burger.
And that's perfectly acceptable because, Lainey had asked me if a sandwich would count. And I'm like, yeah, that's close enough. That would be fine. Of course,
it's a
she's not
like food.
Yeah, but of course she's not on here, so
Yeah, what the hell?
She started dating again, and I guess she's one of those that just drops all of her friends and family and loved ones and everyone else.
She's dating?
Yes.
Oh.
So
about that.
Interesting.
But yeah, so that's why she hasn't been around for a while.
Do we like said gentlemen?
Gentlemen's, because none of them seem to stick. I was like, so how's it going? She's like, well, let's see. One guy seemed pretty cool. One guy was a jerk. One guy was meh. I've been ghosted by two of them. And I'm just like, explain ghosting again. I'm like, oh, so just being a jerk is what you mean to say. But, we have to have a term for it now.
Right. Yeah,
I'm like, why does it have to be ghosting? Why can't you just say, dude, drop me like, a hot potato?
Yeah.
Messed up.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, say hello to her when you see her next. Tell her we miss her and we'd love to see her on the show someday.
Yeah, I will. I'll let her know next time I see her.
All right. Good luck.
All right. By the way, all this may go in the pre-show just to see
I think it needs to. This is definitely pre-show material.
Ripping on Lainey?
Yes.
Well, if she wants to defend herself, she knows where to go.
Well, exactly. If it is what it is, right? Like,
it is what it is.
If you don't want to be,
it's like the first person who falls asleep at a sleepover. You know what's going to happen to you?
Exactly.
First.
That's right. So if everybody's fair game, and include, you know what? I haven't seen Sai on here for a while, and I'd love to see Sai's opinion on some of this stuff, but he doesn't get a say in anything. So you know what his favorite food is? Veggie burgers.
Oh, I was gonna say it's definitely Arby's. Has to be
Arby's.
Arby's.
You know what?
He would eat that all day long.
Yes.
All day.
Cyrus loves Arby's.
All you can eat buffet.
Which, by the way, there was a thing going around Facebook I saw, and I told Christy today, and it kind of hit her as well. It said something like, "How old were you when you realized that Arby's is literally just saying the word or the letters RB, which stands for roast beef?" I was today years old.
Yep, today years old.
Today years old.
Yeah,
today years old. I was like, yeah, never thought about it.
That's terrible.
That
That's the biggest dad joke ever.
Yeah, but what a wonderful concept. I love it.
I know, right? I almost wonder if that was intentional or someone just happened to figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
I hope that it was intentional.
I do too.
And they never said a word.
It was some young kid up in the, working up the ranks. And
No, hell no. It was a dad. It was an old dad. What do you want to call it? Oh, we're going to call it Arby's. Oh, like ARBYS? Yeah.
Sure. Yep. Absolutely.
I like it. All right. So who else is Lewis? I don't remember the last time Lewis was on here.
Yeah.
So he likes grass. Those grass protein shakes.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Wheatgrass and barley.
That I drink?
Yes.
I don't know how you do it. Nice.
I don't know either. Who else has it been on? See, I'm even forgetting.
Well, Jay's been on and off, so I'm not going to give him any flack.
No. Jay's been attempting, and that's good. We appreciate that.
My brother was supposed to be on, but apparently he's still working on a project in the backyard. He got behind. He was hoping to be done, but had to stop to help his wife who got stung by a scorpion.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've never been popped by a scorpion, but I've heard it is horrible.
Oh, it's just creepy that you even have scorpions down there.
Now I'm never gonna get her down there again.
Not going. That one and only time. It was nice to see you.
Which I didn't send the picture.
What picture?
In the back channel of the visitor that I found the other day.
Oh, Ray found a wolf spider. We only have like.
Oh, dude, I'll send it on the back
it was
channel.
Big.
Okay.
It's not tarantula size.
No. But
still.
for us, it's a big size.
It's a pretty decent size.
Yeah.
You got to compare it to the chair that I've taken it beside.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
In fact, you know what? I want to see your reaction. So.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
We're not starting anyway, or you know what? We can start in this way. I'm going to leave soon.
And...
Sure. Will I do this?
Yes, please.
All right.
I have a list too, Eugene.
Oh yes, Logan wanted to get in on it, so she's got a list as well.
Oh, nice, good, because otherwise it's going to be my list, y'all's two list. We can add Logan's in there, and then the only person on the guest channel that got back to me was who was it? Leah. She got back to me and actually wrote. Okay, let me see what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Our visitor from the other night. Right, I'm looking. Picture hasn't come. Okay.
No, he's sending it right now.
Oh, screw that.
Do you see it compared to the chair?
Yeah, that's
those are wolf spiders.
Can I see it?
Hold on a second. So yeah, that's the wolf spider. They are an ambush style predatory spider. Arachnid that is so. Long story short, I go outside. I'm putting a clear coat on Quinn's costume, which I'll let Chris talk about Quinn's costume.
Oh, I gotta write that down.
So long story short, I created a costume for him.
Okay, cool.
I needed to put a clear coat on it. And so I go outside to put the clear coat on, and it's kind of dark out because it's 2 a.m. because I'm awake.
Right.
Coming off nights.
And so anyway, I see this kind of mound in the middle of the thing. I'm like, it's just a piece of grass. I'm out there in sock feet because why not? So I go and I do my spray paint and stuff, and then I look down and the mound has moved. It's still moving a little bit, and as I go to move, it stops. I'm like, I need a flashlight. So I grab a flashlight, and sure enough, this thing starts. I'm like, holy shit! Chris isn't going to believe me if I don't take a picture of this. So I run back inside to get my camera. I come back out, flash the flashlight on it, and snap a picture. But I do a close up. I'm like, you can't really see how big it is. Zoom out and take another picture.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing was huge.
Yeah, no.
You're so brave.
No, I stayed like a couple feet away from it. I'm like,
a hero.
I contemplated. But when I ran back inside, of course, I put big boots on, my big work boots.
Yeah, I would think so.
Just in case you had to stomp on it.
And so I was thinking, do I stomp on this?
No, because then it'll like leap.
Well, yeah, I was thinking it was
lunge at you.
It jumped at me.
I was gonna say, are they jumpers? Because fuck that.
Well, then all I could picture is me screaming and Chris coming up like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Okay, so I can't stomp on it that way. All right, do I hit it with something? So this is the second wolf spider that I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
The first one I ever saw was in Sauble Beach, and my buddy and I were setting up for a party, and so we move a picnic table, and as we move it, we saw something drop from the table, and we looked down, and sure enough, there's a spider crawling away. I happened to have a spade, like a shovel, right next to me, so I grabbed it and I hit it.
Uh-huh.
Swear to God, it looked at me over the shoulder and kept walking. I'm like, holy shit, I'm never gonna walk. Like, no, I'm never.
Who was that? Who were you with?
That was Jonas.
That's what I thought. Jonas.
So anyway, yeah, it was pretty crazy. So that's why I was second guessing killing this thing. I'm like, it'll kill like a rat or something for us.
Yeah, just don't bother me. You stay out there, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's like
you come in the house, it's a different animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm out. Make sure that the Laney stuff is in the opening, because I think that's the most important part.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
You guys have a good show, and I will. I'm almost done this shift. We'll soon.
Soon.
Good deal.
Soon.
Lots of time off in the summer, so we just
Excellent.
counted it. He's working 14 days all summer.
Wow. That must be nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I would be too. That's awesome.
I've saved all my vacation pretty much for this time.
Yeah.
Not intentionally.
No.
It was a necessary evil. So
Yeah.
Anyway, have a good night.
All right, night, dude. Drop a fidget spinner. Oh, before we got started, I should have shown you. So,
What?
Yeah, so I went and got a different motor for my 3D printer, and that
did you get it fixed? No.
It's a driver, which will probably be cheaper, but it means I can't order it until Monday, so that kind of sucks.
Who earns?
Yeah, but I have already sold. I have already sold 2 of these.
Oh, cool!
So, yeah, I actually dropped those off on Tuesday. But the thing I was hoping to print and test or whatever is I'm about to start sanding and painting this. I'm not going to completely sand it. I just need to do some cleanup on it. But the Castle Grayskull, it's so awesome. So and it's got a little lid on it.
Game, but that's the only thing it could be.
Yeah.
Castle Grayskull.
So it's got a lid on it, so you can actually store the dice in it or whatever, and you just drop the dice in it, and of course they come out the mouth. And
neat.
Yeah.
What color are you gonna paint it?
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do cleanup on it, and then I'm gonna do I may do at first I thought I was gonna paint it gray and then do a black wash on it, but I'm may gonna do the black wash first. And then I'm going to do several different layers of grays and, various levels. And yeah, so I want, and then I may add some green to it as well, just because the toy and because it's funny thing is I looked at pictures and a lot of the pictures and some of the toys were like mainly more green, and then some of them were more gray. And I'm like, I'll do mostly gray and then I'll throw in some greens and stuff in there. So, but yeah, so I can't wait to get that done. So
very cool.
All right. Well, it is literally just you and I tonight. So
I know.
Yeah.
This too. How's it going?
So I guess we can go ahead and get started then. What?
Logan's like, "How you doing?"
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if we've ever done just a 2-person episode before.
No, I think you and Ray have, haven't you? Have you and Ray? Or
maybe
you and
I'd have to go back and look. Like
I
always thought there was at least 3 people.
Oh, I think you guys have done. I think once or twice.
We might have done one. So
yeah, it's rare.
I've thought about if I ever need to do just an episode with me for whatever reason. I thought I could do like an AMA, but I would need people in the chat room to ask me questions. And
yeah,
I'm like, do I really want to do an AMA? I don't know.
What's an AMA? That's that Reddit thing. What's AMA? What's that stand for?
Ask me anything.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
I can ask
So.
This is not a family program, and you're 12.
Alrighty, I guess we will get started. All right, gonna mute the mic and hit the intro, and here we go.
You're listening to Geeky Show, a place for all things geeky.
Welcome out to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 93. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight's opening question is, when it comes to fries, like you'd get at a fast food restaurant or something, do you eat them plain? Do you dip them? Are you one of those weirdos that covers them with the ketchup or whatever? Or are you just like, nope, not doing the fries? I'm only joined by one other person tonight, but you know what? I'll take her every single time. Chris, when it comes to fries, how you attacking them?
I'm a weirdo.
You're one of those. Really? What is the appeal to putting the ketchup all over them?
I don't even know. I think it's because my mom does it, and so I've just done it. It's like a habit now. So when we get fries, we have a favorite chip truck in Sauble Beach, and we kind of half it. So half's for the kids, so we don't put anything on for them, and then the other half's for me. And I have like a little moat of ketchup that's mine. So all the fries that are covered with that is mine. It's a disgusting amount of ketchup too. Like, it's gross. It's
all good.
Yeah, and lots of vinegar.
I was never the guy that covered them because I don't want to say sanitary. That's not a thing. It's just that's right. It's just messier. And I was just like, no, you grab the fry and you dip in there and then you pull it out and your fingers are still fairly clean. But yeah, so now granted, I say that when it comes to something like ketchup, I'm all about like covering it with chili and cheese and stuff like that. But for me, that I don't know why that's different, but it is. I don't know. So it's one of those weird things about me, I guess.
It's more like an entree when there's stuff on it. You get the knife and fork out.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, granted, we'll get into here in a second.
Yes.
So, well, tonight's topic is, I came up with this idea. I don't even remember how I got the idea, but if you were going to, and I don't want to say like you're dying or you're on death row, but we're just going to say this is the last time you're going to eat a fast food hamburger.
Yeah.
And I wanted as many people who would to come up with their list of what they would pick for their burger, what they would pick for their fries, what they would pick for an alternate side, what they would pick for their drink/shake, because a shake can be a dessert, but it could also be the drink depending on who you are. And then finally a dessert. And the key thing is it did have to be a fast food restaurant. And the other thing is you could not pick more than one item from any chain. So with that said, I've got a list. Our friend Leah gave us a list as well. And then you've got your list in Ray's. So I guess let's go ahead and just jump into it.
Sure.
Let's just go. We'll go item by item. So, okay. So we'll start with. Should we start with burger and then move out, or?
Yeah, let's just go down the list how you had it.
All right, we'll go with that then.
Yeah.
All right. So, it's funny that I don't have any. There's no one else on the show here, so actually I feel pretty safe about saying this because otherwise I know I would be attacked. As you know, I live in Central Texas. I have lived in Texas all of my life. I do like Whataburger. It is really good. It is.
Yeah, the Canadian can't say anything about your burger choice. Go ahead.
It's one of those things that like, oh, you're from Texas, you like Whataburger. Like you have to like it's ingrained in you. That being said, my burger choice is not Whataburger. Which is why that's what I'm saying. Like if anyone else was on the show, they would be like, "You traitor," Lewis in particular. But no, my burger choice is being in Central Texas and pretty much in the center of the country. We're slowly but surely getting all of the East and West Coast stuff starting to show up here, so we can actually try both of them. And we've had In-N-Out show up here, and I'm not impressed. What I am super impressed with in my burger choice is Five Guys. I know several people who don't care for Five Guys. Have you ever had Five Guys?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a burger chain. There's no drive-through, but it is still a fast food burger. They have a burger, and then they have the little burger, which is just one patty. The key thing about it is it's greasy. It's just, it's a really good made burger. But the thing is you pay for the burger, and then all of the other stuff that you put on it is free. So you can literally put everything you can think of. And whenever I do it, since I'm going, final one, usually I don't always get bacon, but I'm going with bacon cheese on this one. And I would have lettuce, I'd have tomato, I would have grilled onions, I would have grilled mushrooms, I would have tomato, and I would put a ton of mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise. I know I'm one of those guys. But yeah, I love their burgers. They do tend to be a little on the expensive side, but so like we don't eat there all the time. The other problem is the only one that's here is literally across town. So if I put in an order and go pick it up, by the time I get back, the burger's still fine, but the fries are really good. But yes, they start to, and they're the thicker cut fries, so they start to get kind of soggy. They're great if you can eat right there. So. Joker's Wild is in the chat.
Hello.
Oh, he said he wouldn't. He said he wouldn't have Whataburger first either. So, Jokers, what would you pick as your burger? In fact, everyone who's on the chat, if you're in the chat right now, we want to hear your answer. So, that being said, what is your pick, Chris?
Okay, so keeping in mind that we have different fast food chains up here in Canada. So there is a fast food chain called Harvey's, and it's Harvey / Swiss Chalet, and they have and I don't like fast food meat burgers. I find them really dry and kind of gross. So I love Harvey's veggie burger. And it's really good. It's kind of spicy. They put it on a multigrain bun, which is kind of nice. And much like Five Guys, you pick whatever toppings you want. You pick your plain burger of choice, and then you can anything you want. The regulars, mustard, ketchup, relish, tomatoes, onions. You put pickles. So what I do is I abuse this, and I get pickles on the side because they're big, huge pickles. It's like they slice.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So I get them on the side. So when some dainty lady puts two, I'm like, no, come on, so I'll get 8. It's really gross. And then they wrap them up separately for me. But I just get ketchup, and I'm the jerk that gets the ketchup on the burger, and then I have to dip it in ketchup.
Oh no. Okay. So I'm not usually a burger dipper. There are some occasions when that is the case. And I find, my boys, and I don't know what it is about being a kid. When I was a kid, I thought the same thing, but my boys love McDonald's burgers. As an adult, they're okay, but they're definitely not my first choice by any means.
No.
But when I do eat a McDonald's burger, if I've got extra ketchup sitting there from the fries, I dip it in that. And that's about the only burger I do that with.
It's an extra little, I like things saucy. So I think this is just an added, but I love their veggie burger. It's so good. I'd eat it over everything.
You want to give a raise?
So, heads up, Ray has a wonderful food allergy. He is allergic to red meat and pork. So this man has never, other than when they found out he was allergic, has never had a burger. So for him, I think they have them down. Mary Brown's. Do you have Mary Brown's down there?
No, I don't think so. And if we do, I haven't eaten one though.
It's a chicken place. Anyways, they have a really great crispy, spicy chicken sandwich that he loves. And
nice.
Yeah, so he usually gets that with, lettuce, mayo, no tomato. But he really, if they have a special sauce or whatever, he gets that on there. But he likes the spicy chicken.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Logan, I'll just do, because she's sitting here looking at me. Logan wanted to do a list, so there's Logan's list. She wrote it out so that I could read it. Because the first draft I couldn't read. So and I quote, "See, I don't have one, but non-fast food, Daddy's chicken burgers." Aww. She doesn't like fast food burgers. So Ray makes chicken burgers, and she likes those. That was
with ground chicken?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he puts salsa in them and stuff.
So. Joker's Wild in the chat says Gridiron Burgers. There was a place here in Killeen. There are a couple of them still different places called Gridiron. They were like, you could go in and get like 4 burgers and 4 fries and like maybe 4 drinks for like $10. They were cheap, but they were just like a cheap, greasy, like what you would think old time, like old, before like the big fast food chains kind of came in and muscled all the little guys out. This was definitely more of a small chain or, like a local type, shop or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's right. They were really good burgers. And especially for that amount of money and trying to feed, kids, especially high school boys, that was a lifesaver for my mom. So.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Leah in the whenever I had put this out to some of our guests wrote back, she said Mighty Fine Burger, and it's very much like Five Guys is in certain respects. I've only eaten there once or twice. I will say it was a pretty good burger. There's none of them around here, which tells me I'm assuming anytime she drives by one on the highway, she probably stops there. So
you gotta sometimes when you see your favorite place, you gotta.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I have places like that are, Burger King used to be that way for me. I still like Burger King. They built one just down the street from me, but for the longest time here in Killeen, there were only 2. There was one downtown, and then there was one on base. Well, I didn't have access to them all the time. So I was like, well, do I really want to drive all the way downtown just for burger? And most of the time that wasn't the case. So it's changed a little bit now that it is, like I said, right down the street from me. But yeah, I completely understand that whenever I go out, there are certain places that I'm just like, oh, nope, yep. There's like a radar within a certain mileage. It's like, nope, the radar dinged. This is where I'm going to get something to eat.
We have a place like that. We have a family cottage up about 3 hours north in a sort of like a cottage country. And it's not particularly good. Like the burgers are okay. They charboil them over an open flame. But it's like an institution. It's on this 4-lane highway, and they've bought land across the highway because this highway you can only exit off one side. You can't. Anyways, they've built an overhead bridge that you can walk on. So you park in that parking lot, you go up over the bridge. It's in an old caboose. They've got a playground. Like it's like you can.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So the burgers are fine, but yeah, it's more going for the experience than going for the food. But we have to stop there every single time.
Nice.
It's called Weber's. You're like, you're going to Weber's? Yeah, we're going to Weber's. We're going up north. Of course we are.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to the second item on the list.
Okay.
The second item was fries.
Yes.
So, what was your pick for fries?
So, I'm not a huge fry fan.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yes, because by the time I'm done my burger, I'm not hungry enough for fries. So Harvey's also has, I know we're only supposed to do one each, but Harvey's has got really good fries. They're really crispy and crunchy. So I like them. And then Ray picked KFC poutine because they make it with chicken gravy and white cheddar cheese curds.
Oh my God, that sounds wonderful. Yeah. Why doesn't KFC do that here?
I don't know, but they did, and he says it's delicious. And then Logan said there's a chip truck in Sauble Beach called Mars Fries, and she likes those fries. And they're really big, thick cut fries, and they give you it's a stupid portion. And they have it's one of those things where you have all these they have seasoning salt you could put on afterwards and ketchup and malt vinegar you can squirt on in a spray bottle and stuff like that. So yeah.
Sorry, are you a malt vinegar person? Because Christy is.
No, well I'm just a vinegar person. I like acidity.
Joker's Wild says Fuddrucker fries with melted cheese sauce from the cauldron. That's not a bad pick. Adding cheese to fries is almost always good. So
yeah.
And that almost was on my list. I almost picked Sonic fries because you can get chili cheese on them, and it's wonderful. But that's not what I went with. There's lots of different fries out there. I don't necessarily always go for the string fries, but the one that I picked is a string fry. So it's the little bitty thin cut ones. And there is a seasoning to them, and they're good. I do like the fries, but I picked the fries from a chain that we just recently got here in Central Texas, 3 or 4 years ago. It's called Freddy's, and the main reason I picked it is there's a sauce that you can get, and it's just called Freddy's sauce, to dip the fries in, and oh my god, it is so good. Christy does not like Freddy's, and she's just, I don't understand how you can. I'm like, because it's wonderful. It's funny that you said that about. It's the sauce is what makes it. It's funny that you said that about not having fries left over. I don't know if I started this. I don't know if I've always done this or if I did this just because when I started dating Christy, she lived 3.5 hours away, so I had to drive quite a bit. So I would get off work at like 10 o'clock. I'd be starving, or I'd get out of school or whatever, and I'd stop by some place, fast food or whatever, grab burger and fries, whatever, and hit the road. So I was trying to eat while I was driving, and I just, like I said, I don't know if I did this beforehand. I don't know if it's just because I was doing this, but I would always, it's not like I could really easily go back and forth with just one hand between the two different foods. So I would always eat the fries first.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, the burger can cool down a little bit and still be good, but the fries not so much. No. So I focused on eating the fries, and I still do that to this day. I will go get something, sit down in the house, both hands completely, but I'll go ahead and eat all the fries first, just Quinn because. Yeah, and it's not like I'm one of those people that's like, oh, I have to finish this thing first and then this thing. That fries and a burger are just something weird with me that I'm like, I have to finish the fries first. But
fries first. Oh,
yeah, that was my pick on that. Leah's pick was, what did she say? She said Five Guys fries, so she agrees with me on that one. So Joker's let's see, he said, oh, that's right, Fuddruckers fries with chili cheese, and and then he started talking about the next here. So the next item I listed was alternate side. Alternate side being something else that you would get besides fries. And this is where I have to kind of go back to my roots, because once again, I had considered something like, tater tots or something like you can get at Sonic, but the onion rings at Whataburger are so good. I love onion rings, and normally if I can get onion rings instead of fries, I will. But yeah, I love onion rings, but I love their onion rings. And what's interesting is I like almost any onion ring because they're so different. They're made differently, so many different places. Some of them have the big kind of, they fall apart. They're big, they've got really flaky batter on them or whatever. The ones like at Burger King are very small. It's kind of a thicker batter or whatever. But yeah, I love onion rings. That would be, but my pick would be the one from Whataburger. So this was interesting. Now, I originally called foul on Leah for saying this. She originally said Mighty Fine onion rings, and I went foul because you can't have two things from the same place. She said fine, chili from Wendy's, and I completely didn't even think about that as an option, but it's a good pick.
Yeah. So,
what was your pick for alternate side?
So, I eat the burger, and that's all I want to eat. So if I had to pick another one other than the fries, Wendy's has really good garden salads. I'm such an asshole. But they have.
Oh no, they are good.
They're good, but they have French dressing. And
you like French, huh?
Oh, it's like a treat for me because we don't have it in the house. So if I can get my hands on French dressing in salad, it's like, yes.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Ray picked, at Harvey's, they have this thing called frings. So you get the little fries container, but half is fries and then half is onion rings.
I remember him telling us about
this. So you can get the optional string fries or curly fries and the onion rings. So that's his. I think he usually gets the curly fries. And I'm assuming that's what Logan's alternate is too, because she likes onion rings as well. She didn't write that down.
Oh, see, I didn't even think about curly fries because the curly fries at Jack in the Box are really good too. Joker's Wald's talking about different things. Yeah, weirdo. I know I'm a weirdo. Chili cheese tots at Sonic. Yep. That is a good pick. Okay, now when I got to drink, like I said, I left it as it could be a shake or it could be a drink.
Yeah.
Because and what's funny is I'm not a fan of In and Out, even though like everyone from California thinks it's like the end all be all. The one thing I have not tried from there is one of the things that everyone says is actually really good from there, and it's their shakes. I don't know why. Maybe I need to go by there and get a shake, and maybe it would kind of change my opinion of it or whatever. So, but that being said, I did not pick a shake for my drink. I really thought about it, and I was in the car today, and I was asking Christy, I'm like, what would I pick? I was really thirsty for ocean water from Sonic, and I almost picked that.
What's ocean water? What is that?
It's basically it's like blue coconut mixed in with Sprite.
Oh.
And it's just very refreshing. It's very, crisp and clean. It's a very upbeat drink to say. My actual pick though, and this is where I'm going to claim to be an asshole, is more of a smooth drink. And that is, I can't get it everywhere. I have to find certain fountains that have it, but vanilla Coke. I love vanilla Coke. Cherry vanilla sometimes, but just vanilla Coke. I don't know what about it. I didn't ever think I would love it, but I love vanilla Coke. So that would be my pick on that one. So Leah's was, what did she say here? Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. She said cherry Coke. Interesting. I've never been a big cherry. I mean, cherry vanilla was okay, but cherry Coke to me never just. And then have you seen like those? I think they call them. Maybe I'm thinking of the Coke machines or whatever that you can basically you can pick like the different flavors of Coke or Sprite or whatever because they're owned by the same company.
Yeah.
And then you can add all the different other flavors.
Yes, we have them at a couple spots, and we did Subway this week, and they were keynote, and then the machine broke. As soon as Logan hit the button to pick it went like this error sign, and she's like, it's broken. And then they told the lady, and she's like, I don't know how to fix it. It had never happened before, and they were looking forward to. I think it was Quinn wanted cherry root beer. And then I forget what Logan wanted, but yeah, it broke.
But like there's those different flavors, and they're like, I love grape as a flavor, but I don't know if I really want it in Coke, and I don't know if I want orange in Coke, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sometimes
it's glad that they have the option, but
does it really need to be an option though?
Yeah, it's one of those things. So what was your pick for drink?
Okay, so Tim Hortons, which is a donut chain up here, much like your Dunkin' Donuts, they have this thing called chocolate creamy chill. And creamy chocolate chill? Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes they have like whipped topping and drizzle on it, and I don't get that stuff. But it's basically like frozen chocolate milk blended up. And it's it's so good. It's so much sugar in it, but it's really, really yummy. And it's nice and cold on a hot day. It's really delicious. So that's my drink. And then Logan picked Harvey's milkshake. And this, I guess.
I take that back.
You take that back? Okay, so she's going to pick the same thing as me. And then Ray said McDonald's Shamrock Shake.
Oh, really? I've never had one of those, to be honest with you.
Oh, they're good. So it's kind of like minty. So he likes that. And they only come out in March. So that's
I know
his
it's a one-time thing.
Yeah, it's a one-time thing, but he loves them.
Okay, so Joker's Wild in the chat said a lime Ricky from Burger Barn in Utah. And I said, explain. He said, it's essentially grape soda and 7-Up / Sprite mixed. And that sounds fantastic to me.
It does sound good.
I would try the hell out of that. Just on a complete different side note. One of the other things I might pick, of course, it's not fast food, so I can't pick it for this. But I remember way back in the 90s, I think was Kool-Aid used to put out. They had some different other flavors or whatever that they didn't carry through. And this one in particular that I liked was called Purple Source Rex, and it was basically grape
Purple Source Rex.
The bomb, the grape and lemonade,
like purple lemonade. Yes.
So I have a big enough pitcher that I and do you know what? I haven't made that in forever. I should actually go ahead. I should make some of that. I bet my boys would love it. Cause they love lemonade. Damn it. Maybe I might be doing that tomorrow. But yeah, I'll just take a packet of the grape and a packet of the lemonade and put them together with enough sugar. And, I loved Purple Source Rex. So
Purple Source was the bomb. And you always went, which mom didn't put enough sugar in it. And it was just like water and so, and you're like, your mom's making Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
You need to feel it in the back of your jaw.
I always wanted to, and I always thought the highbrow version of that would be to get like the Welch's Concord grape and mix it with like not the Sunny Time, the Simply Lemonade, and mix that together and see what that would taste like.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if I ever do that, I'll have to let you know how that pans out.
Please. So. That sounds delicious.
I think Lewis loved the Purple Source Rex as well, but I'm so glad I found someone else that loved it. So
loved it. Yep.
All right, so that's our drink. So the last thing that we had on the list was our dessert. And this was not a hard one for me. This one was actually pretty easy, even though there's lots of things out there that are very similar to it. What's funny, we've talked about this on the show before. I know up north, Dairy Queen is just an ice cream place, pretty much.
No, it's everything.
Okay, it is everything there. I know there are places in the country, or at least in the U.S., that it is just mainly ice cream. Talking to people, I'm like, oh yeah, the burgers that are good, and they're like, you get burgers from Dairy Queen? I'm like, yes.
Well, they're not known for their burgers.
And what's also funny is they have really good tacos here too. So,
there you go.
Yeah, but no. The problem I have with even though there's a Sonic literally right up the road from where I'm at, I like their blast, but they never seem to put enough of the stuff in it, and then it never seems to get mixed all the way down. So like you get halfway, 3/4 the way down, and then whatever it is you got mixed in is not there, and it's just ice cream, which is like that's not what I ordered. So I had to go with a Blizzard from Dairy Queen, and they have some really awesome things.
What kind?
I'm pretty basic. I just like the Reese's peanut butter cup mixed in with ice cream. Every single time I can get that and just love it. So that would be my pick for my dessert. Leah said either a vanilla shake or banana pudding shake.
Oh my.
That sounds good. I don't know if I've ever had one of those. But yeah, vanilla shake. I like shakes anyway, but yeah, just And I had a conversation. Christy was talking about. She's like, she would say a Frosty from Wendy's, which I'm like, yes, that's a dessert, but that is not a shake. I'm like, no, you can't eat that you can't suck that up through a straw. Like you will give yourself an aneurysm.
Yeah, your eyeballs will you'll break some blood vessels.
Heck yeah. Joker's Wild agrees with me about the Reese's Pieces Blizzard. So there you go. So what was your pick for your dessert?
So I have two. For a very limited time, McDonald's had s'mores pies. I only had them twice. And then when I went back, I'm pretty sure I was pregnant. Went back to get another one. They didn't have them anymore, and I got very angry. So I have fond memories of that pie. And then for me, I picked a Blizzard as well, but I picked Score. And I have to get the mini.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to get the mini because I can't eat anything bigger than that.
Yeah, I would like about the biggest I will ever go anymore is like if I'm like not eating anything else and like I've been like drinking a ton of water that day, I might get like the medium size.
Yeah, I can't. It's too much.
And it is too much.
Ray also picked the peanut butter cup Blizzard. He also picked that.
Yes. Those are my people.
Logan, what kind of Blizzard? Peanut butter? Reese's? There's a Jurassic Chomp Blizzard out now. What's in? Is it peanut butter? Yeah. It's peanut butter. It's Reese's basically with other crap in it. But they're both big peanut butter nuts. So that's who we picked.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do like I've always wanted to kind of put together one of these meals, but the problem is unless you had people going to get all of those things for you, by the time you got all of these ingredients together, either something would be melted or it wouldn't be warm, or it would just be it. So it's like one of those things that's like I said, this would have to be your last time you're ever eating this, and probably for a big occasion. So
yes, yeah, because you'd be your gut would be so sore after eating all this.
Exactly. Yeah. At that point, you may be asking to be put in the chair. So you're like, no, I'm done.
Just now, please.
Yeah.
I'm done. You're like Morgan Spurlock in Super Size Me. We're just like, oh no.
Yep. Well, that is our show for the week, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and move on to our picks and pans. I've got 3 picks this week, which is not normal for me, but I've got 3 picks. So I'll just go ahead and jump in with mine real quick. My first one is Solo. Originally, I was not excited to see this movie. I mean, it's a Star Wars movie. I thought I would probably go see it. But my brother went ahead and bought tickets opening night, and weeks and weeks ago, and he was like, "Yeah, I figured you'd want one, so I went and bought you one." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I went opening night and watched it with my brother, and it's a fun movie. That's the main thing. It is a fun movie to watch. It's not a bad movie. What's funny is I was listening to a podcast and someone was like, the whole time they were sitting there, they're like, I was sitting there watching, I kept thinking, well, this is going to screw something up or kind of crap on something that I like in Star Wars. And they're like, I walked out of the movie and it wasn't the best Star Wars movie, but at no time did they crap on anything that I liked or anything. It's fun. I like seeing how he met Chewie, and just, it was a fun movie. The kid that played Solo, he's never going to replace, not that he'd ever have the chance, but he's never going to replace anyone's, what they think of.
Which wasn't, it's not that, that's not the point, right?
But I brought up the fact, when I say Obi-Wan Kenobi, who do you think of? I think of Ewan McGregor now.
So do I. I was just going to say Ewan McGregor. Yeah.
It's, it's no slight to Al McGinnis. No. But it's just, he fit that role. And I think maybe if this kid had enough time, he might be able to kind of fit into it. But, and of course they've kind of been going back and forth saying, this, that, and the other about how much money it's making. But if Donald Glover is given the chance to do a Lando movie, I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
That kid's on fire.
He stole that movie. Every time he was on the screen, I loved it.
He's such a good actor. I don't know where he finds the time to do all the crap he's doing right now. It's amazing.
I know, it's insane.
Yeah.
So that was my first pick. My second pick is the second season. Technically, it's only 4 episodes, but whatever. The second season of The Toys That Made Us dropped on Netflix.
Yeah.
And one of the episodes, of course, is probably my favorite toy line of all time, which was Transformers. I am so glad the way that they talked about Optimus Prime, because I've always kind of thought a little bit as an adult. I thought, well, yeah, I've kind of got this. I don't want to say fetish. Fetish isn't the right word, but I've always I've looked up to the character of Optimus Prime, and he had a big impact on my views of what's right and wrong and honor and doing the right thing. And I was always like, well, it's kind of silly that a grown man feels that way. But it seems like everyone else felt the same way. So I'm like, okay, good. I feel a little better. But
not just you.
Yeah. So, but they did an episode on Transformers. They did one on Star Trek. They did one on Lego, which I did not realize that company was so close to going under at one point.
I know. That was very interesting.
And then the Hello Kitty episode. I know nothing about Hello Kitty. That was eye-opening. So.
That was the Hello Kitty one, because the kids love it, and then they binge watch it, and then they watch it over again. So they'll watch the same episode several times. So I think they've gone through the season at least twice.
Cool.
They love it.
And then the third one I had to add on there, and like I said, this is just a very small, minor one. There are still several movies coming out this summer that I'm excited to go see. Like The Incredibles is coming out. We got a new Jurassic World coming out. But they dropped a trailer for Christopher Robin, and my adult heart just got 5 times bigger. My wife cannot stand Winnie the Pooh or anything to do. I loved Winnie the Pooh as a kid, and I love this take that they're doing on it. It just looks like it's going to be a fun. I'm probably going to cry. I'll be honest. But when I posted it on Facebook, everyone I know said the same thing. They're like, "Yep, probably going to cry. Not, just going to be honest." Because it's about finding your childhood, and of course the main thing is they're talking about they have to save Christopher Robin from overworking and spending time with his family and stuff. And I mean, how does that not hit an adult right here? Like, so, but yeah, those were my 3 picks. Were Solo, The Toys That Made Us, and then the Christopher Robin trailer. So, do you have a pick or pan for the week?
I have a pan. I got sunburnt today.
Yeah.
I was stupid. My nephew had a baseball game, and I wasn't even thinking because it's been so hot. We didn't really go outside. And the last 2 days, it's been nice, but it was overcast. I'm like, oh, that's great. I'll be fine. No, my face is burnt. My neck is burnt. My hands are burnt. But that's my own stupid fault. Then I have a bunch of picks for Netflix. Ali Wong's new comedic special, Hard Knock Wife. Oh, my God. Any woman who's ever had a baby or is pregnant, you need to watch this. She's so funny and so dirty, and she's just this little Asian lady, and the crap that comes out of her mouth, you're like, oh my! But it's
I'll have to show Christy then.
Yeah, she's got another one called Baby Cobra too, and she's very pregnant when she does these specials. Like she's ready to pop, and it's so cute. And then I watched 2 seasons. Well, there's only 2 seasons of Dear White People, so that was really interesting and good. If you're looking, it centers around an Ivy League college in the States. So these kids are college age, and just sort of how they're dealing with their lives, and political issues, racist issues that come up, and things like. Although now it's starting to end on a bit of a almost mystery type avenue that they're going through because they're trying to find some secret society. Anyway, it's good. And then Call the Midwife, the season 6 and 7 are out. Hello, My Name is Doris. That's the Sally Field's latest movie, I think. Anyways, it's adorable. It's about a 6-year-old woman who gets a crush on a guy in his 30s. Sally Fields is amazing. It's funny. And season 2 of Santa Clarita Diet is on, and we're watching that. And then there's a YouTube channel that I follow. His name's Sam Jones, and he has these 2 to 3 minute snippets of these interviews that he's done with celebrities. Sam Jones is a photographer, writer, director, and he just has these really candid interview conversations with celebrities. I always just thought it was his YouTube channel. No, he's got a whole series. There's 3 seasons. So he's got interviews with Dave Grohl and Kristen Bell and Will Ferrell and just all these people from the different entertainment sectors, and he's just having these like really cool, candid interview conversations with them. So it's really neat. And they're really, their guard is down. So they're not promoting anything, and they're not trying to sell themselves. It's just having a conversation about what it's like to be a writer or an actor or a director or a musician. That's cool. Jack Black is on there. And he plays the guitar and he sings. So that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Oh, and then Ray made Quinn. This is Ray's pick. Quinn had a social studies project to do at the beginning of the week. And it was either pick a Canadian historic figure or pick somebody from Rome and Greek times. He decided to be a gladiator from ancient Rome. So because Ray was coming off nights, it takes him a couple of days to go to bed at a regular time. So he stayed up because he was awake till about 3 a.m. He made him a gladiator helmet, a gladiator sword, and gladiator shield out of cardboard and duct tape.
Okay, and this needs to be put on Instagram or at least sent on the back channel so I can see it. Yeah, I will show you.
Quinn's getting dressed right now. But and rope. And he painted it and he clear coated it, and he was just like, I am awake. This is happening. He researched the crap out of it. And Quinn got an A on the presentation. Not because of the prop, but he's really good at presenting. But Quinn loved it.
Nice.
Yeah. Woke up in the morning and he's like, wow. And I took a bunch of pictures of him, and yeah. Ray gets huge, massive dad points for that one. Excellent.
Very good. Very good. Well, that is our show for the week, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please give us a rating on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. If you would please, I mean, it really does help out. You can always follow us at Epically Geeky on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then, of course, you can check out epicallygeeky.com. We do have links on the site there we're going to start promoting it. GeekFest, if you're in the Central Texas area, GeekFest is coming up in mid-August, so it's going to be plenty hot, but it's always a good time. There'll be lots of things there. I'm actually going to be running the kids cosplay contest. So it's gonna be fun. I've got 3 really good judges. They're all cosplayers. One of them being Meg. She's been on the show previously. The guy that we refer to constantly as Captain Jack's gonna be another one of our judges. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun thing. So, we have the Marginally Geeky show. We're gonna be doing our next episode here in the next week or so. We changed up the book that we're going to be doing the second book in these Magic 2.0 series, which is Spell or High Water, because the 5th book comes out this coming Tuesday, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, we're just going to run through those. So we're going to be doing those the next couple months until we can get caught up on them, because I think everyone on the show who's reading them like me adores this series. It's a fun series.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. We're almost on the 4th book.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you can so you can give us a rating, check out the site, do all the cool stuff. And of course, if you want to watch the show live, watch us record it live. We do this roughly every 2 weeks on YouTube at 8:30 on Saturday night. Hoping that the next episode, we may try to slip one in here next week, because Solo came out and there's some people who need to talk about it. So we'll see. We'll just kind of see how that goes. Yeah. Where can we find you online, Chris?
So here on Epically Geeky and on the Marginally Geeky podcast, and on Instagram at Cedar Birch Cottage.
Nice. And then you can follow my individual wacky adventure online at Optimus Gene on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For everyone on the site, have a good night.